Hi everyone, and welcome to another Modere product webinar. My name tonight is Colin Thompson, and I am super excited to be your host tonight from Brisbane. We have a number of members and guests online tonight from all around Australia and New Zealand. We'd like to put a massive welcome to everyone. So it's my absolute pleasure to welcome tonight's guest speaker, Teresa Hay. Teresa is a beauty therapist and has many years of experience with the Modere brand and is very passionate about the aromatherapy products. Thanks very much for joining us, Teresa, and I'll hand it over to you now.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank
Like
you.
Colin said, I've had a lot of years experience as a beauty therapist, and I do have a major passion for the aromatherapy oils. So Modere essential oils are actually top quality oils, and there's a lot of fragrant oils and so forth out there that do not have any beneficial qualities about them. They're just smelly oils. And the essential oils, there's lots of different brands out there of different qualities, but Modere has actually gone to the nth degree, once again, like all their other products, to only bring you the best. So let's get started. With the next slide, please. Okay, so what is aromatherapy? It's the use of essential oils and natural aromatic botanicals for psychological and physical well-being. My particular favourite with these is not only do they bring about a physical change in the body with your different healings and stuff, but there's normally an attached psychological problem that has actually brought about the physical issue in the first place. So it actually helps to work on the psychological issue as well. We can get a lot of benefit from using essential oils. And what I have found myself in the past, especially when even looking at something simple like treating the skin with essential oils, when you actually look up the oil and you see what we're treating, it might be dryness of the skin or redness of the skin. When you actually look at the emotional benefits of the particular oil that you're about to use, you actually see that the people are actually going through that psychological issue themselves, or they have done in the past. Quite often it can take a couple of years to come out in a physical symptom, but it's something as simple as skincare. You look at dry skin and it might be something, an emotional thing that actually correlates. So you can see that it works from both the emotional point of view and the physical point of view. It's just an amazing modality, and I think it's underutilized really, and we have some beautiful blends that we'll go through tonight to help you in your everyday living. So next slide. Okay, so how do the essential oils work? They work through the olfactory system generally. They do get put onto the skin and so forth as well, but generally it's the smell. So the scent travels until it reaches the olfactory bulb, and it works on the limbic system of the brain. So it goes up through the nasal cavity and gets attached to the olfactory neurons, and so that helps with it gets to the limbic system. So it's processed and is released by neurochemicals that can be relaxing, it can be stimulating, sedative, etc., depending on the essential oil being used. And quite often, you know, you can have an emotional response to these oils. It's the same as when you're walking and you smell a particular perfume and all of a sudden you remember somebody. It's that kind of effect. That's the olfactory system at work. Next slide. So are there different types? As I said before, there's your common fragrant oils, and I don't know about you, but I, for one, am chemical sensitive, so I can pick a fragrant oil over an essential oil in a moment. I cannot go into places like Lush or Dusk. They may have a couple of essential oils, but I will guarantee that they're not all essential oils. They're more fragrant type oils, and they don't have any botanical health effects. In fact, they're actually quite toxic. So I would recommend staying away from any of those kind of oils. The Modere oils are 100% pure essential oils, and the quality is maintained without compromise. It's very, very strictly they go under a strict process, so we know that we're only getting the best. And I have over the years used different essential oils, but you could actually tell the difference in the scent. They're very strong. So if you held one particular blend up to, if you even had a similar blend of another essential oil, quite often you can smell the difference, and you can tell almost instantly which one's the better one. And I have always found the Modeo essential oils to be a lot better than anything else I've come across. Next. So the Modeo blends, we've got a de-stress blend, a breathe blend, a sleep blend, in focus blend, and the travel blend. And they can be used in the electric oil burner, oil vaporizer, which actually it does make life easy, because you don't have to worry about water, you don't have to worry about the little candles. It's just a great little burner to use. You just plug it in and away you go. So I'm going to go through a little bit of the blends, and actually we can see why they work the way they do. Next slide. So the de-stress blend. If you hear some pages turning, it's because I've got a lot of notes here, okay? This special blend can be particularly beneficial for relieving feelings of tension and anxiety. It contains rosewood, bergamot, patchouli, frankincense, and geranium, and they all offer an ideal support for your nervous system. And it's also a great fragrance to wear. The only thing I would say about this one is put it somewhere where it's not going to get the sun, simply because bergamot has bergaptine in it, and it can be sensitive to the sun, so you can end up with some pigmentation. So that's just something to be aware of. So what makes this so special? The rosewood in this particular blend, it's an antidepressant, but it's also uplifting and enlivening as well. So it gives you an overall balancing effect. The bergamot is also a sedative, but it's also uplifting. So it's balancing, and this one actually helps to soothe anger and frustration. So you can see how they work together to actually cause a feeling of less stress. The patchouli, great for anxiety and depression, and it helps and ground and integrate the energy. So once again, they're all working together. They're a great synergistic blend to actually work together to help your levels of stress come down. The frankincense, and I love frankincense, and it slows down your breathing. So when we get stressed, we're quite often not as breathing as deeply as possible as we should be. So the frankincense will actually help to slow down your breathing and help to promote a feeling of calm. And it's helpful for any anxious and obsessional links to the past. We quite often get nervous, and something can trigger off a past memory. So this actually just helps to calm you all down. And the geranium, once again, it's balancing to the nervous system. It helps to relieve anxiety and depression. And so you can see they have a common theme. They all work on the nervous system so that they can help to de-stress you. That's what it's for. It's a great de-stress blend. But one thing I actually want to say about this is, we use different products for different things all the time. Every single one of those oils in this particular blend is actually great for your skin. So whether it's dry or whether it's a bit oily, every single one of these oils in here will actually help to balance your skin out. So this is a great one to actually do some compressing with of a night time, which will actually help you to get ready for bed. You're de-stressing, unwinding for the day. So what I would recommend is, after you've done your cleanse and you're about to put on your other skincare, just fill up your basin with a bit of warm water, not too hot, but not cold either. Add about 6 drops into there, get a clean face washer, dip it in, wring it out, and compress that onto your face. Now you can do that 5 or 6 times. It will give your skin a really good lift, and it will actually, because you're breathing it in, it's actually going to help you get ready for a good night's sleep as well. So it helps you unwind. So it's an absolutely fantastic skin treatment blend as well. as a de-stressor. You can actually mix that up with your moisturizer if you like. One thing I would like to go through when you're using these blends, other than in a burner or a vaporizer, you can add them to carrier oil or a massage lotion. You can add it to your moisturizer. You can add them to, you can have a car vaporizer. People have aromatherapy jewelry now. I was given one, a necklace recently with the little pads in it. It's like a locket, and I can wear that and have my favorite blend on there. There's all sorts of ways to use these oils, but if you wanted to actually do the Skin Brightener is actually a fantastic carrier for these particular blends. So you could actually add a few drops to the Skin Brightener and get a really great, you could use that as a facial mask and just rub it in once you're done with a bit of hydrating activator as well, and then continue on with your moisturizer. But when you're actually making up a massage blend, this is quite important because you don't want to overdo it. So measure the amount of the base oil that you're going to use. So if you're going to use, you're just doing a massage, you've got about 10 mils of the essential of carrier oil. Just add half the number of drops of the essential oil. So if you've got 10 mils of carrier oil, just add about 5 drops of your massage oil. Of your essential oil. So 5 drops of the essential oil to 10 mils of your massage oil. So if you had 20 mils of massage oil, you could use up to 10 drops. But for babies, now I'm just going to go through this slowly. For babies 0 to 12 months, only 1 drop of oil for 10 mils of carrier oil. For infant 1 to 5 years old, only 2 to 3 drops per 10 mils, and only of an oil that was non-irritant. So our essential oils blends are great, but if you're using any other ones, be careful. Like you wouldn't put basil on a baby because it actually would irritate their skin phenomenally. Children 6 to 12 years, just half the adult dosage. Okay, next one. So aromatherapy for men. Oh, diesel fumes, bacon, chips, beer. Yeah, I think we can leave them alone. We can just add a bit of de-stress. You can use that in your hydrating activator, and you can use that as a moisturizer or an aftershave spray if you like. One thing, you can actually add these blends into your bath, and it's great to actually put them in a tablespoon of milk. So put a couple of few drops of the blends into a tablespoon of milk, and the milk just helps to disperse it better into your bath. It's only 1 tablespoon. It's not going to make you sour. So yeah, that's a great way to do it. But like I said, the de-stress is a great fragrance, so you can actually use it in the hydrating activator as a moisturizer or an aftershave spray. Next. At the end of the day, after a hard day's work, you could add de-stress to a warm bowl and pamper your feet after a hectic day, and then you could follow it through with the soothing lotion as well. And by de-stressing at the end of the day, it just helps you unwind that little bit, and then we'll talk about the sleep blend soon, but it's actually going to help. These two will actually work hand in hand with each other, so they go together really, really well. Next. Okay, do we know anyone who suffers with allergies and a stuffy nose? I certainly know quite a few of them, and one of them lives in my house. But anyway, we'll go on to the next slide, thanks. The Breathe blend. This is a high quality blend. It's been designed to help provide relief from hay fever, colds and catarrh. It's a combination of pine needle, eucalyptus, tea tree and thyme oils, and it just helps to clear the nasal passages, the airways, and makes breathing much, much easier. Now, one of the best ways to do this is actually the vaporizer. You can actually do it in a massage lotion, drops on a tissue as well, but if you're particularly at night time, a lot of people suffer from this, but if you have this burning all the time, and you don't want to be spreading germs around either, so having it in a vaporizer will actually just put it through the air, and it'll be an antibacterial, because all of these particular oils, like the pine, it's great for general debility. It promotes feelings of energy and well-being. It's an antiseptic and an expectorant. The eucalyptus is antibacterial, it's anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic, so it will actually help with the coughing. It's a decongestant, so it can help loosen all the stuff on your chest. The eucalyptus is actually a febrifuge, which means that it actually helps to lower body temperature. So that's a good one, especially if you've got a bit of a fever. So once again, the tea tree, it's an antiseptic, and once again, it's an expectorant. The thyme, it's antiseptic, antispasmodic, once again, that helps with the coughing, and it's an expectorant as well. So you can see all of those will work together to help get you through that nasty time. One thing I do need to say here, you can actually use these with steam. But if you've got asthma is totally different to a cold. So if you've got asthma, please don't actually use steam, because steam can actually exacerbate the problem rather than help the problem. So this is for colds and hay fever and stuff only. For asthma, it's totally different. Just put that you can help, but put them in the vaporizer. Do not apply steam. Okay, next. Well, here we go with the steam. You can add the breeze to the warm or a hot bowl of water, cover your head and bowl with a towel, and then just slowly inhale the steam. It can be added in the carrier oil or the lotion and rubbed into the chest area. You can even put it on the soles of your feet. But once again, as I said, don't do this if it's asthma that is the problem, not an actual cold. Next slide. So are you and your family getting adequate sleep? Now, I mentioned the de-stress before, so, if you had that burning in the household of an evening, you're going to calm everyone down. Lots of times kids are overactive, still hyped up from school or daycare or what have you, or so it's a really good idea to actually have that burning anyway to calm everyone down. Because an important component of health is actually having enough rest so that the body can go into its cellular renewal processes throughout the night. And the lack of sleep actually hurts the brain as well. So effects of the brain due to severe lack of sleep, you've got the parietal lobe, which is for information, and it means it's processed slower, so your problem-solving skills decline. The neocortex, it's difficulty learning in new material. I know myself when I've been somewhere and I'm trying to concentrate, but I'm so tired, it does not go in. And even if you're trying to read, you sometimes have to read that 3 or 4 or 5 times because your brain's just not working properly. With your frontal lobe, it's difficulty focusing, your creativity declines, and your prefrontal lobe, your vision worsens. I think we've all experienced that. I can't even read that, I'm so tired, so on and so forth. And your temporal lobe, your speech becomes slurred. Now, I'm sure we've all experienced that at some time. So when we do go to sleep, we actually want to make sure it's good quality sleep that we're getting, and these oils will actually help you to achieve that. Next slide. Okay, so the Modere Sleep Blend has been designed to help you achieve a good night's sleep like we just spoke about. It's got the calming qualities of lavender, petitgrain, Roman chamomile, valerian, and Indian sandalwood. So lavender has been well known for a long time to be a great sedative, great for insomnia. It alleviates stress. And when we're stressed and we go to bed, it's not going to, quite often we can't sleep properly. It helps to normalize your emotions, and it's good for acute crisis. So if something's happened and all of a sudden, you're really stressed out, you can actually use lavender or this particular blend even just to help calm you down. The petitgrain helps to calm anger and panic. It's sedative to the nervous system, and it relaxes a rapid heartbeat. So when you go to sleep, if your heart is beating rapidly, you're not going to actually be calm enough to go to sleep. So that helps to slow it down so that it promotes a good environment for sleeping. The valerian, it's calming, it's grounding, and emotionally balancing. The sandalwood, once again, it's calming, It's harmonizing. It's great for stress and nervous depression, helps reduce tension and confusion, and it's just great for a hectic daily lifestyle. So you can see how the sleep blend and the de-stress blend would actually work really, really well together of an evening or whenever you're about to go to sleep anyway. You might work shift work, but it just keeps the body much more peaceful so you can get a much deeper and better quality sleep. Next, please. Okay, do you ever struggle with mental focus? I think a lot of us do. Once again, we lose up to 60% of our mental focus from age 25 to age 70. A lot of us lose it once we have children, but we won't, that's a whole other subject. So, next slide. So the In Focus blend, I actually love this one. I just love the smell of it. It does actually give you more mental clarity. It peps you up a little bit. Well, me, it does anyway. So it's great for to give you better mental concentration. So it's an ideal support for those studying or working with computers, etc. When your eyes are getting tired, you just need to really focus on something. It's an invigorating blend of bergamot, orange, lemon, Indian sandalwood, and helichrysum. Helichrysum is also known as everlasting. So with the bergamot, once again, before we mentioned that before, it's very balancing. Orange, I absolutely love orange. It's the oil of joy, and it assists to relax and unwind people. So that's why it's great to just relax the mind so you can actually focus in on what you need to do.
Colin, it sounds like it's Jean here. We might have lost Teresa, unfortunately, so I will do my best to keep going for Teresa, and hopefully she'll be back with us soon. So
awesome. Thank you, Jean.
You're welcome. The Travel Sickness Blend, this is an amazing blend, as are all Modere blends. And if you've ever felt travel sickness of any sort, you know what I'm talking about. 30% of people have motion sickness regularly on road trips and plane and air and air and sea, etc. And this happened to me when I was young as well. That between the ages of 3 to 12 years, travel sickness is most common, and women usually experience travel sickness more than men. I'm not exactly sure why there, but isn't that interesting? And this is a fantastic way to be able to help yourself and help your family. Oh, you're back, Teresa.
Yes,
thank you for rescuing. Over to you.
Okay, so sorry, I don't know what happened. Yeah, hang on, sorry, I don't know where you're up to, Jean. So have you ever experienced travel sickness? 30% of motion sickness regularly on journeys by road, sea or air. 3 to 12 years, travel sickness is most common between the ages of 3 and 12. Women usually experience travel sickness more than men. I don't know why that is, but we seem to be tender little souls. So in the travel, okay, so next slide, sorry. So with the travel blend, it's a mixture of the ginger, peppermint, orange, rosewood, lavender, lemon, and rosemary, and it's all designed to provide relief from travel and motion sickness. It also helps with concentration and assists with mental fatigue. So the ginger is a carminative, so it means it's calming to the stomach, and it's also antispasmodic and a stomachic. So it's all working on the stomach to help prevent sickness. Peppermint, once again, it's a stomach soother. Rosemary It's great for the central nervous system. It's a nervine, so it's strengthening to the nerves. And once again, it's carminative, so it actually works on the stomach again. And rosewood is very balancing. So for this one, I would actually, I don't know if you've seen, you've got little car diffusers that you can actually stick into the cigarette lighter. Might as well use it for something, because I know we all don't smoke. Or if it's for one particular person, you could actually put a few cotton balls, a few drops of the travel blend on a few cotton balls, and put those cotton balls in a little paper bag, and they can just breathe that in as they're traveling along. And you know, and if worse comes to worse, you can use it as a bath bag if you need to. But that's a couple of ways you could use that, other than just putting it on a tissue, or you could actually add a couple of drops onto the person's shirt, and they can just lift it up and smell it. So yeah, that's fantastic travel blend on that one. So next slide. So in closing, prevention is always better than the cure. And you know, when you've got Modere products and on their Live Clean mission, you've also got peace of mind. And once again, as I said, these essential oils are really high quality. There's other ones out there, but with these particular blends, I don't think you need much more. So thank you for listening. I hope you've learned something tonight. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Teresa. What a awesome, informative, educational webinar that is on our wonderful aromatherapy blends. Definitely, it's really cool to understand the way the individual ingredients synergistically work together in each of the blends that Modere has. And yeah, like, something we really get out of the blends is like with the breathe and the de-stress, like getting a little bit of it and massaging it into little Charlie, 1-year-old, putting it into his feet really helps him sleep and keep him calm in all those times of need, which is fantastic. So look, we've got a couple of people to share their experiences with us tonight. So Margaret, would just like to open up first one at the, would Jane Granger be there, please?
Oh, hi, Colin. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, gotcha. Thank you, Jane.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I'd really like to share an experience that was towards the end of last year, and things were pretty stressful in the job that I had at that time. And so I took the oil burner in with the de-stress. And apart from the fact that it really did help me, you know, help to just calm down, but not just myself, but even the people that worked around me. But every time another staff member came down towards our area, they'd all go, "What's that beautiful smell? It smells like a luxurious spa." And, you know, and I told them it was de-stress. Well, not one, but 2 different staff members, they bought the oil burner and the de-stress then and there on the spot. They didn't mind it was already being used or anything, and they just bought it because they just loved it so much. So thanks, Colin. That's my experience.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jane. And would like to also invite Julie. Would Julie Noakes be there, please?
Hi, Colin. Yes, I'm here.
Awesome.
I just want to talk about, I am so with Teresa on this. Like, I just think the essential oils to me are so essential to well-being, and I always think of the oils as like a layering of good health. You know, we have to take care of our diet and how much sleep we get and how much water we drink and what exercise we do. We also have to make sure we take our supplements. We have to make sure that we reduce our toxic burden, and the essential oils are like another layering in that getting well process. And I have always had essential oils, and I always will have essential oils because I just think they're incredible. My most recent experience with the oils was I had a very sore, itchy scalp at the front, sort of just either side of the midline. My scalp was just itchy and sore, and I didn't know what was wrong with it, and I was doing everything I could think of. So I was rubbing the conditioner into my scalp because I thought maybe my scalp's not right. I was rubbing some of the really healing skincare products like the Wrinkle Guard into my scalp, and nothing was really helping me, and I couldn't quite figure it out. And I was driving to a meeting, and I thought, oh, my scalp's so sore and itchy. What have I got? And I rummaged in my handbag, and I had some body butter and some de-stress oil. And I mixed the two together, and I rubbed it into the sore bits of my head. And within moments, after all weeks of trying to get rid of this sensation, within moments that sensation left, and I went, oh, wow, that's great. So when I did my meeting, it lasted for probably 2 or 3 hours, and I was driving back home again. I thought, oh, my scalp's getting sore again. Now, because I was driving, I didn't want to mix the oil with the body butter, so I just grabbed some body butter and rubbed that onto my scalp. You know, it made no difference. And it was then I went, like the penny dropped, and I went, oh, I know what that is. You know, if you speak to hairdressers, they'll say if you've got a little patch at the base of your skull that gets sore and itchy, that's a stress spot. And if you've got the same at the front where mine was, that's a stress spot. And it was in that moment that I thought, you know, it wasn't the body butter that had helped my reaction to that soreness in my scalp. It was actually the inclusion of the essential oil, the de-stress essential oil. So as soon as I got home, I put some de-stress onto my scalp, rubbed it in, and instantly, virtually, that pain and discomfort went away. So I realised that I need to do some things about my stress levels, and I started doing some of those as well. But seriously, people, if you haven't tried the essential oils, just try them. They're incredible. Thanks, Colin.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Julie. And mentioned that you're coming in all the way from over in Perth, so thank you for your time. And next on the line, we have share your experiences, Adele, all the way from New Zealand tonight. Are you there, Adele?
Yes, I am, Colin. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you, Teresa. What an amazing webinar. And as always, this is really life-changing and life-saving information, because I'm going to share just a couple of quick ones. For those of you who have elderly parents that, you know, I don't know whether you're aware, some of you may be, but my father was 94 and passed away in February in Auckland, New Zealand. And yeah, I've been going backwards and forwards for the last 10 years with elderly parents, and Dad was so trusting in me with all our Modere products. If he just felt anything, he'd just say, Adele, what have we got for this? So through the last year or so, Dad was, you know, quite anxious about his health. And what I did was I was constantly burning de-stress, and I found, and so did Dad, how incredibly important that was right up until the very end for Dad, you know, because it really, really did help keep him calm. You know, it was all of the things, Teresa, that you mentioned in, you know, the fact that it was like, you know, helped with his depression. It was, you know, any sort of frustration, anxiety, it really, really did help. So when you're in a situation like that, wow, what a great tool to have in your first aid kit. The second quickie is my daughter-in-law is a naturopath, and my second grandchild, I don't know what was going on. She was born, came out screaming, and she screamed until she was about 2.5. And the beautiful thing was that to keep her calm, when we could get her calm, Diane would rub just a little bit of the de-stress, just as you know, you mentioned, Teresa, just 1 drop, because she's actually a qualified masseuse as well, and she knew just to just put 1 drop into the mix of, you know, 10 mils, and she would rub that into a little feet, rub that into a little palms of her hands and different spots on her body, and she'd find that that would calm her down. And lastly, I have got to confess to all of you local people on the Gold Coast and Brisbane that when the new makeup range was launched, we had a great training evening at Fitzy's one night, and I remember texting and phoning about 5 or 6 of you saying, oh, quick, you know, we got the In Focus, anybody, can you bring the In Focus? And we actually went around each table and popped some In Focus drops on each table, and boy, what a fabulous evening we all had. People were alert, they were contributing, they were, you know, having fun with the whole evening, and so just wanted to share those things just to let you know just how powerful these are. And thanks again, Teresa. Thanks, Colin.
That's awesome, Adele. Thank you. And yes, I do remember that night that we had the training and we used that in focus. That was awesome. And we've just got one more person to share their experience tonight. And I'd like to ask if Anton was on the line coming in from the Gold Coast. Are you there, Anton?
Hey Colin, yes I am. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I just wanted to share a personal experience and also one of some close friends of ours. I wake up really early in the morning and some days are a little harder than others. And I have to drive a fair bit. So I really love using the InFocus blend almost every day. I have it in a little hydrating activator bottle that I will just sort of spray on as like aftershave, so to speak, or cologne. And I keep it, a little bottle in my car as well. So that's a fantastic one. But the other one is about the sleep oil. And look, we love that product. But a couple of years ago, some friends of ours, they're American, and they were heading back to the States. And they had a 2-year-old daughter at the time, and she, well, she was 2 at the time. She's older now. And they were concerned with how she was going to sleep because they didn't want to upset her sleep patterns. So they were leaving in a few days, so we gave them our bottle of sleep well, and they were amazed that in the first couple of days on the Gold Coast here, that they put it on just before bed, and it trained little Corinne's mind to like that it was bedtime. So all through the US, while they were traveling and staying with family and friends and hotels and stuff for about 3 weeks, Corinne slept like a log, and they were really happy, and they've continued using it ever since. So yeah, hopefully that's of benefit.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anton. I'm definitely going to try that, putting some of the oils into the pump spray and have that for myself. So thank you everyone for sharing your experiences tonight. And we're just going to share a couple of updates. And look at this one. Wow. This Wednesday win is absolutely awesome. Talk about almost giving it away for free. So the Modere Primer, which is one of the key parts of our vegan makeup range that's made here in Australia from Modere, that when you buy one of the mineral press foundations or liquid foundations, and you'll get the primer for $12.50. That is such a bargain. So, and it's a key part of the process. Not that I personally use it, but from everyone that is using the wonderful makeup that we do have here with Modere. And next slide, thank you. So we've also got an amazing date for everyone to put aside. We have an awesome health and beauty expo. The flyer is coming out shortly. You'll see on our Facebook pages. And put the night away for Wednesday, the 26th of July, down at the Combsley. And we've got 9 different professionals there to talk about the key benefits and key differences about our different product lines. And it's just going to be a phenomenal night to be able to touch and feel and experience and bring guests, of course. And if there's something that you haven't quite had the chance to try yet, whether it be some of the foundation or some of the aromatherapy blends, or even any questions about the awesome social marketer aspect of this business as well. Like, just come on down and there'll be lots of people there to share their experiences and the live demos. Look forward to seeing you all there. Next slide, thank you. And the next one, we've got the SRC that we've got coming up down at Luna Park. Wow, didn't even know that they had like a conference section at Luna Park. How awesome is that? Really looking forward. I'm totally pumped to this SRC down in Sydney. So if you haven't already booked, make sure you get in and book your tickets ASAP. And it's going to be a wonderful Friday and Saturday, and then we've got our awesome team event on the following day on Sunday. And so when you're booking your flights, make sure you're coming back Sunday afternoon or later if you're staying down for a couple of days of R&R. And yeah, we're going to have awesome corporate speakers from around the world. We're very fortunate to have them coming to talk to our team on Sunday the 13th. So that's all, folks. And thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And once again, thank you to Teresa and everyone that shared their experiences with us all tonight. And look forward to seeing you all next Monday night. So thank you very much. Talk to you all next time. Good night.